Well, by the time you're seeing, viewing, or hearing this video, I will probably have the title of What's Up with Nora, Rest in Peace. So I want to forewarn the clickbait. I am not suggesting, although maybe it did happen, that Nora the person passed away. But apparently the channel, and it's hard to date because I'm losing count and patience, but I think you could make the provocative case within 1 year. Again, depending how you measure the year, not like January to December, but how you slice the timeline, she's changed her channel like 4 times. There you go. And just to be fair minded, because I got to make money, guys. So please become a channel member if you can. Help out however you can. Channel memberships start off fairly low. There's a lot of content. I will start doing content for the other tiers. I've been apologizing to the tiers forever. Don't worry, stuff has been recorded. It's going to get out there. Just be patient. So it went from "Oh no, Nora" to let me get yeah. Oh right, raised in Scientology. Then what's up with Nora? Now let me try to get this straight. The true crime of Scientology with Nora. There you go. Count 'em. Fantastic Four changes. So head scratching. Why did what's up with Nora die? Why did that have to be abandoned or destroyed and rebirthed? And Dark Phoenix power, she returns as the true crime of Scientology. I haven't a clue. So some people were in the updates were saying, well, she's gotten rid of her content. Not when I checked. So maybe like the early prototype version, like a few hours ago. This is really recent. So probably when you see this video, it may have been like one whole day, but this is fairly recent. I was like, in fact, on my phone, certainly, "What's Up with Nora" is still there. It hasn't gone away. In fact, "What's Up with Nora" sometimes still exists as channel name. So it's it's taking a while for YouTube to catch up. You're gonna have to give Grok some time. Okay, Grok is a busy boy. He's become more and more alt-rightish under the Elon regime, and Donald Trump is. For those who don't get the joke, Grok is an AI. But anyway, so I'm sure even Grok will be like, "Can you describe What's Up with Nora?" Yes, What's Up with Nora is a podcast. Oh, what about the true crime of Scientology with Nora? Grok will be like, what? So yeah, I don't know. I am like not clear. What is she doing? Because she keeps saying that changing the channel hurts her channel, but she keeps doing it. I don't know. She has like this weird obsessive compulsive disease. I do get why she separated from the other channel names for a little bit, because she wanted to get more separated from SPTV and Aaron. Although that was a little phony because the SPTV people still had her listed, and she was like, "Oh, I didn't know that." Right, right, Nora, right. Even though we, in the comment section, see a lot of people say, "I love you, SPTV." I love you too, buddy. So there we are. But I am here as far as I can to try to keep it factual. I know I get accused of the opposite, but so the channel experienced a little bit of growth last month, and I emphasize a little bit. So the channel suffered a lot when Nora broke up with Aaron Smith Levin, this much bigger predatory YouTuber who Nora was allied with. And so a lot of the Aaron fans unsubscribed, attacked the channel, flagged it, reported it, so on and so forth. I don't feel sorry for one bit. Nora did the exact same thing to small channels. So, but she was like whining, "Oh no, they're destroy my channel." Oh, you did the same thing, Nora. You did the exact same thing. But anyway, so okay, at least the initial name changes was to separate herself from growing up in Scientology. Okay, I got that much. I think I can understand that part. But in terms of true crime, I don't think that makes. I mean, maybe she will take a try. I don't think it makes sense. So let me give where I'm coming from. Like, I guess if you say, well, what is this channel? I guess broadly speaking, say to cut it down to size, what I look at are texts, audiences, and the larger fandoms and/or cults associated. So we look at the primary text sometimes, like Dune, then Frank Herbert, then the Dune fandom, which then leaks over to the David Lynch fandom, Now the Denis fandom, and so on and so forth, so on and so forth. The Snyder cult, gun fandom, DC fandom, so on and so forth, so on and so forth. And the remarkable thing about fandoms and cults is, unfortunately, criminal activity. Like, take Taylor Swift. She is super popular. And I look at these videos and I am shocked and stunned. I'm sure they are real. These small little young girls, and they are crying their eyes out. They're in a frenzy, jumping up and down, going hysterical, singing her lyrics, just being one with the Taylor. They clearly do think she's some goddess creature deity controlling their lives. And so far, so good. No crime associated with Taylor yet. But that level of fanaticism is a breeding ground for crime. I just covered West Memphis 3. I don't want to go too much into the details, but that is a very weird, disturbing case of possibly satanic killings. With the West Memphis 3, though, I just want to give a little bit of background to give fair warning how difficult true crime podcasting or research is if you want to really do it. So in that case, we have three young victims, right? And their families are all suspicious. And there were a series of documentaries by HBO that were incredibly deceptive about what happened in that small town, how they reacted, why Damien and two other suspects were picked up. Was the legal process sound? Is there any real evidence that they're guilty? And the movement to exonerate them and free them ultimately did happen. Eventually, Damien was out of jail. Now, I don't think Damien is the killer, but he's a very dangerous Satanist. So there are just so many elements, all overlapping with one another, including Scientology, because the kind of Satanism that Damien was into, yeah, it's a very pro Scientology Satanism. So all these things are interlinked. Hubbard, Satanists, these killings, small southern town, Damien, the media, HBO, Warner Brothers, it's all interconnected. So trying to figure out all the pieces of the puzzle takes time and effort. And Nora just doesn't show that. I mean, even her own, whatever we would call them, personal story videos are embarrassing. She just gets basic things wrong, very basic things wrong, and just outright lies. And when she's corrected, she still lies. Just incorrigible. And so she's not very well informed about Scientology. She knows a few things. That's correct. So she's willing to correct people on some things, but on many things, doesn't know what the hell she's talking about. Just making wild assertions based on nothingness. I don't want to make this the entire commentary. I'm going to do something separate. So, for instance, in terms of true crime, Jerry Armstrong, a very great activist, has been fair gamed, right? That's the technological term that the Scientologists use to basically excuse terrorizing someone. They call it the fair game doctrine. Okay, so Jerry has been subjected to decades of the fair gaming. And out of nowhere, Nora just asserts, "Oh, Jerry, you're okay. Nobody's trying to hurt you." Jerry has massive amounts of documents showing he is still being spied upon and harassed. So she's just being ignorant. But beyond that, she was like, "Oh, you need to retire." Okay, so a great activist like him, Jerry, needs to retire. But a really bad activist like you needs to stick around. Right, right. But Jerry has been pointing out consistently to many of the very real crimes of Scientology. I think that's valuable. So I'm not so sure she is doing true crime podcasting because, well, maybe you want to at least use some of Jerry Armstrong's research. Oh no, she's trying to dismiss it. She's trying to attack Jerry as a fraud. So it's like, well, what kind of true crimes are you going to be covering of Scientology? Just the celebrities? The way they're skimming money from these donations? I mean, okay, that's worthy of examining, but in terms of what's really important, it's the tax laws, fraud, abuse, possibly allegedly murder, possibly murder rising to the level of genocide. Those to me are much more serious issues to speak about it. Of the crimes in and out of Scientology, does Nor have the requisite expertise to talk about these things like war crimes or international tribunals or genocide? I do. Or on the Jerry spectrum about the tax laws, tax regulations, how the IRS really works? I have a lot of confidence he knows at least a little bit. What does Nora know about these things? Whenever she tries to refer to legal terms, he is just lost. Doesn't know even the basics, gets things wrong all the time, can't get the name straight, gets dates mixed up. It's like, what kind of true crime podcast is this going to be if you can't even get the legal history right? Or uses legal terms wrongly because, they have, again, they're fuzzy terms, right? They're not like, this is not physics, but there's a certain meaning attached to these legal terms, and Nord just doesn't care. They'll just willy nilly say things that are just not true. Like Jerry, for instance, I'm not here to do propaganda for him. The reason he's important is he has what's known as legal standing. So when he says he's being harassed, that's a legal issue that he can bring to the courts. When Nora whines that Osa is trying to destroy her, it doesn't matter. And she doesn't show evidence that they are trying to destroy her. So she's just babbling nonsense. So I don't know. I don't know. So is this just cosmetic name change? She's just trying out a new branding strategy, trying to trick the true crime community that I'm like you. I am exposing the crimes of the villains. I must be welcome in. I am the gay now. Maybe. I mean, she's that dumb. A simple name change will force people to acknowledge her as Queen Nora. Maybe she's that stupid. But I think she's a little bit more clever than that. So I'm guessing it's a little bit of both. She's actually trying to hide her content cleverly by changing her name and emphasizing parts of it to make herself a bigger expert than she really is. I don't think it's going to work, but it's going to be amusing to see her try to be now Batman, Batwoman, detective investigating crimes. It will be a howling set of episodes. I'll say that much. Howling not in fright, but the British howler. It's going to be a lot of howlers where we're just going to be laughing at her making a complete fool of herself, which is unfortunate because there are a lot of criminal activities in Scientology that should be examined way more seriously and methodically than I think Nora will ever try to do, in my humble opinion.